Yo, what's up? Fuck. Okay. Yo. So I'm on my way to Friday Night Magic for the first time in years. It's been a minute. I think actually about 2 years exactly. Last time I drafted was August of 2014. It is now July 2016. So yeah, it's been a couple years, and like I said in one of my previous vlogs, I decided to take the game up again, and I'm not going to invest as much time into it as I once did. There was a time where I was going to, like 1 or 2 tournaments a month, sometimes driving, 2-3 hours to get to them. And that was back when I was 18 and I was really, really, really into this game. And I actually don't regret it at all. I used to play RuneScape in middle school and a little bit in high school. Like freshman year is when I quit. And I was heavily invested in that game as well. And I actually do regret a little bit of the time I spent playing that game. Just because it wasn't very productive. It wasn't a really productive game. My fingers got a lot of exercise, but I don't feel like I really learned that much. I mean, I did learn a lot about economy and stuff, and how to save money and stuff like that. So it was good in a sense, but you can only learn so much of those things. The cool thing with Magic is it's a very logical game. It's kind of like chess, where it involves strategy. Chess is like 100% skill, unlike Magic, which is, I think Magic's probably like 30 or 40% luck. So it's not quite as skill oriented as chess, but chess is a harder game. Anyone can learn Magic to an extent. Not everyone can learn chess, or at least to be decent at it. But in order to be good at Magic, you still have to be definitely pretty skillful. So back in the day, I was I don't mean to brag, but I was very, very good at the game, especially for someone so young, because most of the players of Magic are like late 20s, early 30s, sometimes older. So I was almost always the younger player in most games that I played. And I kind of liked it because I kind of had this unspoken disadvantage, but I would use that disadvantage to my advantage because people would be less suspecting of me. They would think that I wasn't as good as I probably was. And then I would I won most of the games I played, so I would win a lot. But yeah, so I basically just invested a lot of time and money into Magic, and I don't want to invest too much into it this time, unless I'm just like really good just naturally, because if you are really good at it, then you can play it for free basically, because you just win so often that you either make your money back or break even. Yo, just leaving Magic now. It's pretty late actually. I stayed for 2 drafts, and a draft is, just to explain, a draft is it's a draft. It's each person gets 3 packs of 15 random cards. Maybe it's 14 random cards, something like that. And you pick one and pass the rest to your left, and the next pack you pick one and pass it to the left, and you're just drafting cards just like you would in a sports draft. So I didn't do so well. I think I went like, I went like 3-6 or something like that. Not very good. 3 wins, 6 losses, not very good. But it was my first draft my first Magic tournament. And sorry, there's just a cop that was trying to get by me. It was my first Magic tournament in 2 years, so can't really complain. I mean, at least I won some games, right? That's all I could really hope for. I'm also still learning all the new cards and stuff, but it was really fun. It was a little strange being kind of clueless and bad. I felt like a beginner kind of, and it's just strange because I'm so familiar with the game. I've played it so much, but kind of felt like a noob today, and haven't felt like that. I haven't felt like kind of clueless and lost and a little bit stressed out playing, because I usually have some idea of what's going on, and this time I didn't really have any idea. So, but yeah, I still had a lot of fun. I really like push myself really hard every day and kind of stress myself out over time management and stuff. I'm just constantly trying to like do the most with my time that I possibly can. So it's really nice to just have some fun, for a few hours, just every now and then. And I think Magic's a really nice outlet for me, when it comes to that. I do need to start winning, though, as soon as possible, because the more you win, the less you have to pay. And, if you pay full price all the time for Magic, it can get pretty expensive. Tonight I spent $30 because each draft is $15. So, $30 a week, $15 to $30 a week isn't so much, but it is, it's a decent amount. It's $100. If I spend $30 a week, it's $120 a month. That's going to be a solid, 3 to 5% of my income. So it's still a good chunk, but I think it's worth it. It's a really fun game, and it tests your skills of logic, and it's just it trains your mind. It keeps your mind active because it's very strategy oriented. But yeah, I know in the first half of this vlog I said that Magic is 30% skill or 40% skill. I think it's closer to 30 because after tonight, getting creamed so many times, it's hard to imagine, and I have so much experience with the game, and I still got creamed. It's hard to imagine going back to, being a brand new player and just trying to get the hang of it. There's so much to learn, and I would consider myself an expert player at Magic. I wouldn't consider myself professional, elite status or pro. I guess pro would be after expert. Just gotta make sure this guy's not gonna crash into me. He's tailgating the shit out of me. But yeah, I would consider myself expert advanced player, and it's sometimes it's still a lot to process in the mind. There's always a lot going on in your hand and in the graveyard and your deck and on the battlefield, and it's just a lot, So it's a lot of stuff to keep track of. So definitely a very skill intensive game, and I'm really glad to be back because it's just so much fun. The game is ridiculously fun. For anyone who hasn't tried playing it, I strongly suggest trying it because it really is super fun. So I'm just pulling into my homestead, and I'm gonna park right here, and I'm gonna sign off. So I'll see you tomorrow.